What would you advise pharmaceutical companies to be prepared for with respect to this increasing demand and opportunity for real-world evidence? What should they be doing right now to prepare for this increased need?
Well, the pharmaceutical companies already do a lot of work in the real-world data space. I think they'll need to double down on it and prepare for these negotiations, marshaling all of the real-world evidence as well as all the trial evidence. I think there will be a place for marshaling other kinds of data that we typically may not see as much of, patient-centered data, perhaps some surveys, and the degree to which patients might prefer a product because of its better dosing schedule or tolerability or things like that. Now, we don't know how and to what extent Medicare will actually look to such information, but I think it's in the company's interest to make those arguments based on the information to the extent that they have information like that. I think the companies will need to do a lot of work around potentially different comparators that Medicare might use in these analyses for the negotiations. Medicare has said they're going to start with the price of the alternative drug, but we don't know which alternative that will be. And often there are multiple alternatives for these products that will be subject to the negotiations. There might be a very cheap generic product from a competitor. There might be more expensive alternatives from active, as we might say, active comparators. But the companies really won't know what Medicare is doing until the negotiation begins, it seems. So they're going to have to really prepare for different kinds of possibilities. And they're being asked to do a lot in a short amount of time. So they really have to, I think, gear up and do a lot of background work in anticipation of the negotiation.
Are you seeing some of that activity already in the individuals that you work with?
Well, we don't know which drugs Medicare will select yet. They're going to select 10 drugs in September, and those will be 10 drugs from the high-spend category of Part D to start with. So while we don't know the exact drugs, we have some pretty strong clues about good candidates and likely candidates here. So I know the companies that are sort of have targets on their backs, if you will, are doing a lot of work. They're running scenarios, they're collecting data, they're doing mock negotiation exercises and things like that.